Hey, what's going on guys? John here, and today in this video I wanted to do a video review for the Sony upfiring Dolby speakers. So these are really what you're going to require if you're looking to get a full Dolby Atmos effect out of your entire home theater setup. In this video I'll walk you through my setup here. I'll kind of do a quick video demo showing the sound, and then we'll just kind of walk through all of it. So in terms of the speaker itself, one thing that Sony did that I really like about this is I originally got the tower speakers as the first part of my setup to actually get this going. And these Dolby upfiring speakers actually work quite nicely and pretty much are a perfect match to just sit right on top of the towers. So you could additionally use these somewhere else, like in my case, we have like a converted space that I set up this large cabinet with all my retro games. So I could, in some sense, if I wanted to, put these up like on top of the shelves here, but for a lot of people that may not be ideal, especially with more modern setups. Now these are considered passive speakers, so there's no power. You're simply just utilizing speaker wire, as you can see here. These have small clips for red and black that you basically just push back and then you insert the speaker wire into. There is a mounting option here on the back, and because I just have them sitting on the towers, I did not utilize these. But there is actually some additional pieces that this comes with. I've actually got them over here. I'll grab them just so you can see what it actually came with. Oops, we dropped a couple, but this actually has some of these metal pieces that you can use for various mounting options. And this is something nice that depending on your setup, you have these, so you don't need to worry about that. Now, one thing that you want to keep note of is if you do decide to go with an Atmos setup, you have to make sure that your receiver is actually compatible. I initially went out and bought a 500 series STR. I believe it was the DH590, I want to say, and that one was actually not compatible with these Dolby firing speakers. I had to upgrade, at least in Sony's line, to the DH790. So you will require these in order to get those extra surrounds. Once you do that, you can actually utilize the calibration microphone, set this up, and basically get the full effect with Dolby Atmos. So I was able to utilize both my front two tower speakers that I have here, both of the Atmos speakers, which again come as a pair, so these did come in a pair. And then I also got the rear bookshelf speakers. So these are awesome for rears because they're so large, produce so much good sound. We have our center speaker, and then I've also got the subwoofer. Additionally, if you want to get really crazy, because this receiver has a second subwoofer out, I connected it to a special amplifier that then hooks into these movie theater seats, and it gives me a bass vibration that now syncs to the bass inside of any movies, music, or anything that I'm watching, and it will vibrate these seats. So it's absolutely amazing having the sound really at full quality within this. So let's go ahead and do a demo. You can get some effect of what the Dolby really does, and we'll go through it. So the biggest effect with Dolby that I've found in this particular case, right, we have ships like flying over us, right, and these actually fire the sound up to the ceiling, and as you're sitting down, you're actually feeling like it's actually going over you, right? So the full effect of getting in this case, my seats getting the bass, I've got the bass coming from the actual subwoofer, and then I have full surround pretty much completely encompassing me. It really makes for an awesome effect. So this is just something, if you're looking to take your movies to the next level, your music, anything that you're listening to in a space, I highly recommend the Dolby. You know, I found that, you know, initially when I went to set all this up, I realized, you know, it's like really wasn't a whole ton more of an investment to just add on the Dolby speakers, and I do really think it makes a big difference, especially with watching movies that have been optimized for it. One thing that you want to keep note of is if you go out and get a movie, right? I just recently picked up, for example here, Back to the Future trilogy. On the bottom here, you can actually see whether or not it's optimized for Dolby audio. So this one, it's really hard to see and my camera is not focusing in, but essentially it has a little logo here that says Dolby Atmos on it. So it means that even though this movie was technically made in the 80s, they actually went and remastered the audio to take advantage of Dolby Atmos. So that's something that you just want to be keeping in mind with anything that you do. Another thing to keep in mind would be any services that you're utilizing. For example, in this case, we have a TV that utilizes Netflix, and we are able to utilize the Netflix Ultra HD subscription to be able to get the Dolby Atmos based movies on that. Utilizing this receiver, I can go through and actually just switch the display, and it will tell me based on the audio that's playing whether or not it's outputting Dolby Atmos. So that's something that you can just kind of check as needed. Another great thing about the receiver setup is I'm able to, connect all my devices, including even this older retro CRT TV for my retro games, and just simply sync it up to one of the 4 available output modes, like a media box or cable TV, whatever I'm not utilizing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this video review helpful. But again, my overall recommendation would be these speakers are awesome, really good for a Dolby Atmos setup, and I think if you're looking for the best premium home theater setup, this is something you could replicate probably in a much larger space than the one I have here, and you're going to really be happy with it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.